Hi, my beautiful Virgos. Welcome back to Queen Cup Tarot. I'm just smudging and whatnot, getting ready to do your February 2019 readings. For those that are new, welcome. Please like, share, subscribe. And for those that are returning, thank you very much for your support of the channel. It's been absolutely fantastic engaging with each and every single one of you, or at least 90% of you. There are some whack jobs out there, man, but honestly, like I said, 90% of you are light workers, fantastic human beings yourself. So thank you for choosing to, engage with me, watch the videos, give me your constructive criticism, your light and love back in return. Thank you. For those that haven't watched any of the other videos yet, I am doing personal readings now. So for those that I ignored, I apologize. I did start the channel off in June, offering them for free, which was unmanageable to say the least. So I stopped doing it, and now I'm going to do them again, except for I am going to charge. But for every 5th or 6th reading, I am going to, or I have been doing a free reading. So definitely hashtag need a reading, because I'm just randomly picking through the comments, and then I'll ding you back and let you know you want a reading, and to email me right away and I'll book you in. Okay, so other than that, I think that's all I really had to discuss. Really, I think we can take our matters in this reading to the Lord and to the divine angels that govern over us every day. Thank you for your love and your guidance. I ask you to connect me with Virgo at this time, from now until early March, and support them for what they'll be going through, with regards to the relationships closest to them, family, friends, career, material abundance and sustenance, and of course their personal development and ascension. Thank you, Holy Spirit and God, for your unconditional love and guidance. We are absolutely nothing without you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, guys. And for those that are new, I do smoke pot. Okay, please don't get at me for it. I've been smoking pot since I started this channel. All right, it is a personal preference. It's not the nature of this. So if you don't like it, please find a different reader. Most of them don't smoke, or at least not while they're doing their videos. If not, or you can even feel free to smoke with me. It's totally up to you. All right. But yeah, give it 2 more here, and I think I'll be ready to go, guys. I am starting the lives. I just booked 2 of them in, pre-planned 2 of them in, because I'm finally, or almost, really close to being done all 12 videos. So I can go ahead and schedule those and not feel guilty about it. So yes, the live yearly forecasts are coming. But if you can't join me for the scheduled time, I'll of course post them for you guys to see later. All right. All right. Let's see what's going on for my Virgos. And I am using the Wild Tarot deck. Usually I've been using the Angel Tarot deck by Jane Wallace, but I am switching it up because I'm obsessed with this deck right now. Okay. I've been inspired by animals. Overall energy for my Virgos: preparation, waiting for ships to come in due to preparations that have already been made. Or this is actually preparing, having that vision for the future, right? It's not just waiting for the future to come up. You can't wait for something you're not clear about. So this is coming to the understanding about what it is you want to come towards you. What that future looks like, carving out that picture, that image of what the future does look like, what colors are part of your future, right? When they say waiting for your ships to come in, what's on the ship? It's very easy to get special deliveries now, but back in the day when everything was reliant on ships, I mean, you got to make sure everything you need is on it. So a lot of my Virgos are really looking at the future, and making preparations in that regard. Your first card out. It's going to be that kind of reading, guys. Amazing. I'm not complaining. At least not yet. The Star. First and foremost, this is healing to a different degree. This is like extraterrestrial soul DNA healing. This is also very literally a wish upon a star. It's like you made these wishes on these stars, and then one of them blows up in your face and you can actually see it now. That's fantastic. Second card out. Is that star person? Virgos. Is this healing within a relationship? Is this immense healing within a relationship that you always wanted? Is this a relationship you've been struggling with, and the healing that you've wanted and that new beginning has come about and you wished for this? Or is this the partnership that you've been healing yourself in order to be able to actually have? Again, it's February. You know, people got partnership and love on the mind, right? I mean, they don't all year, but they do this month. It kills me. Absolutely. This is victory. There could be a partnership that is coming together that creates a huge amount of healing. You know, this is victory with healing a pre-existing relationship. This is extreme healing, okay? And then there's a sense of victory. And this is healing that other people can see. A lot of Virgos are in a better place in a partnership and people can see it, right? Some of you are in a relationship, are going to enter a relationship that people really look at as the relationship they want to have. Or maybe some of my Virgos are waiting for this. You know, you see some relationships around you and they don't reflect what you want. So of course I'm going to be single because I'm waiting for that. My star, my shining star, that comes in the form of someone who is quite similar to you, maybe different variations, but there is a commonality here, an understanding, whether those roses are from the same places or the, you know, same areas. I mean, that cup could come from one place around the world. This cup can come from another place around that world. This could be, this rose could have been chopped one. You get the point. But they look quite similar when you put them together, don't they? They reflect something. You know, something that people can see, something really beautiful. Guys, this energy is fantastic. This could also, if it's not with regards to romance, you know, if you're feeling like, no, my marriage is perfect or my relationship is great and I don't have partnership on the mind, then this could really be the marrying of, this could be you finally coming in to an opportunity that makes you feel just as good as the energy you put into it. If that makes any sense. So if this is work related, okay, because when you see these roses on this card, you automatically think, you know, partnership, but this could really be two ideas coming together that make something. This could be getting an opportunity that finally appreciates you for who you are, an employer that sees your beauty and meets you where you at, pays you what you're supposed to be paid, gives you what you're supposed to. You know, this is two people coming together in a very emotionally healthy way, creating healing, and healing to a degree that feels victorious and that other people can see. Okay? Really, 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 really nice. Then you have the Two of Pentacles, another two, the Sun, and the Death. Okay. I do want to stop here before I pull your last three cards, just because I find when I put all 9 out, I just get bombarded with the messages. It's hard to get them out. So I want to move a little bit slower as I lay them. I'll still show you guys. But it's like some of you some of you, a big part, if not your ego in entirety, is being crushed by what I just explained. So there's this healing, this really successful partnership of some kind, right? this victory and public recognition, right? But then it's funny, it's like you really got to decide. You know, a lot of Virgos are going to change significantly in the next 6 to 8 weeks. Now, mind you, when I say 6 to 8 weeks, it's reaching a climax. For Virgo, this was a long time coming. This has been maybe your whole lives. I mean, it's just, this is a lot more methodical and step at a time than it's going to look on the outside to people within the next 6 to 8 weeks. To people, it's going to be like a death. It's going to be like a significant change or transformation in Virgo is happening, because in the middle of your spread is the sun. It's like, and above it is this 2 of Cups. It's like a lot of Virgos are changing. If you're in a relationship, this could of course be your partner, both of you, but I'm seeing a transformation. It's like there's been clarity, there's light, the heart chakra is opening up when it has been closed for a really long time. These are almost like they're polaring each other. It's like the only reason why this died is because it didn't have this light for so long. It's like happiness is the focus for Virgo. It's like, but it's not just relying on somebody else to do that for you. It's not saying I have to have a relationship. It's saying like, I have to live out the happiness I'm feeling. It's like knowing you have to change. A lot of Virgos are stripping their ego, and people are going to notice a difference in the way you move. It's going to be a more honest version, but it's not like, it's almost like you have to decide, because the facade or the fake mask that you or somebody else has been carrying cannot be sustained any longer. And it's literally having to choose between staying dead inside or opening up, keeping this relationship here or bringing it here, letting this part of myself die so that I can have this, or staying the same. It's like a choice to metamorphose. It's like you see so clearly, a lot of Virgos, and this could very well be somebody else. Like somebody's ego is no longer avoidable. It's like you become aware, in order to have the kind of relationship you want, the masks have to go. And it's like, that's what a lot of Virgos are wishing for. A lot of Virgos are wishing for there to be the masks to be dropped in a relationship. It's like maybe there's this like caring too much about what people think, like this, like this could be social pressure too. It's just other people involved. They're watching. This is, you know, maybe this is a relationship that is somehow on the front page. Just lots of people know about you guys together. And then there's a sense of, or not even that, it's just like you have too many friends or family or, you know, people involved. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of Virgos are making decisions with regards to partnerships or making significant changes in themselves to have the partnerships that they want, whether career or romantic. I mean, if it's regards to your material third world development and sustenance, it's like finding yourself where you need to be. That's going to make you happy for the long run. It's like you can have different projects and not follow through with any of them. You can change employers every couple of weeks or years and just still feel that lack of security and success. But it's like, no. It's like what a lot of Virgo is now wishing for is something that really works and reflects where they're at now, because I think a lot of Virgos are aware that this is happening or needs to happen. it's like inevitable change. It's the death of who you were. And this could have happened many times to you, Virgo. Like this could have been the third time, fourth time in your life that you have reached a point where you've had to die to be reborn, right? For the new phase, for the new day. There is the dawning of a new day for Virgo. There's the dawning of a new day. And people are going, it's going to be public. It's going, for some reason though, I feel like what people think or the public perception is somehow being weighted in this Two of Pentacles, this juggling. It's like somehow, you know, I am getting that energy. Maybe this relationship has a lot of pressure from, you know, social circles, family circles, you know, whatever. But regardless, there's a lot of healing to do with partnering, Virgos partnering themselves with people and projects that are reflective of what truly makes them happy. This is also reflective of true clarity. It's like the major to me, the knight of the Ace of Swords. There is no more clarity other than the clarity. Like the Ace of Swords is the hand of God bringing you the truth. And this is the sun. There's nothing that brings light on this earth like the sun. Clarity. You can see everything when the sun's out. So it's like things become clear. And then Virgo says, okay, I'm ready for that to die now. There's going to be things when that clarity comes in that Virgo says, okay, this can no longer go on. Or I no longer want to be a part of that. Or me and my partner can no longer proceed in this relationship looking at each other this way. We need healing. We need a new. Juggling maybe possibly how to have that conversation. Juggling the aftermath of that conversation and whether or not, you know. Let's keep going. I'm 17 minutes in. I still have 3 of your cards to pull. I'm getting so many messages, just every card. Two of Swords under the Two of Pentacles, it's that decision. A lot of you, like I said, this transformation, some of them are inevitable, some of them are a choice. And you can go, you know, 10, 15, 20, 30 years postponing this. Dying in other ways, great, but then leaving this other part of you that doesn't serve you anymore or never really did. You know, or this perception. This is something that changes that you never go back. A way of thinking, a way of doing things, a person, a relationship. It's like you can't go back. You don't. There's no instinctual desire to. There's no ability to. You know, once you see the light, you can't walk around pretending like this doesn't exist, like you didn't see everything this light uncovered. All the knowledge, all the truth. When that sun rose up, everything you saw, you can't pretend it now. You can't say, well, I didn't see it. I mean, you can. And those are the people who usually get this upside down constantly. It's avoiding this inevitable part of you that needs to die, or this relationship that needs to die, or this habit, this way of being, this way of looking at something, right? And again, these choices, these decisions, a lot of my Virgos are at a roadblock, not a roadblock, you know, at a crossroads, you know, where you're deciding. Right? Because if you look, the decision hasn't been made yet. That's why the sun is eclipsed. It's not bright yet. It's not bright yet. Right? So it's there. A lot of Virgos do have decisions to make. You know, some of these decisions you're trying to hide from the people around you because you want to make them alone. You know, they're very touchy subjects. Maybe you just have that type of family network where everybody's just in everybody's business. Some families are like that. Like, you can barely take a dump without someone trying to have a conversation with you at the bathroom door. Do you know what I mean? Some people live like that. They have beer siblings. They grew up, you know, 5 siblings in a 2-bedroom. Do you know what I'm saying? Or you know, regardless, it's like not wanting to do things privately. Not do things, sorry. Yes, do things. Not even do things. Come to the conclusion and do this transformation privately. You know, no matter how much attention you might be getting from people around you, it's like, no, 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 there's still an element of I need private time to make these heavy decisions. You know, it's like, it's wishing upon a star, but then continuing to have a faith that this wish will come true. Do you know, it's nobody thinks about that, right? It's like they wish upon a star, it doesn't show up, and then it's like, fuck that wish or fuck that star. It's like, no, 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 no. Wish upon the star. Took time for that star out of all the stars to actually come towards you, shining bright, recognizable to you, right? And that could be in the form of a relationship. You know what I mean? It's like, see, it's absolutely beautiful energies, guys. It's like a lot of you are becoming alive again, you know, really happy again. Daughter of Swords. So yeah, you definitely come to a conclusion and make a decision. This is what I was saying. So it was like you were taking time to make a decision alone. We have 3 2s too. So this is most likely to do with some kind of partnership, whether business, personal, you know. And then it's like having to make a decision. And then once that decision is made, there is someone you have to communicate it to. There's somebody who needs to know eventually what you decide, if that makes any sense. You know, this transformation that you're kind of doing low key, you know, or trying to figure out how to do, or maybe even contemplate doing. You know, maybe you're in dark night of the soul, and the demons are just telling you beer shit about trying to get you to avoid making this change in yourself, or killing a part of your ego that no longer serves you and actually stops you from feeling the warmth of this. You might see it. You see the sun, but while everybody else is warm, you're cold. That's why there's a lot of rich people out here freezing, completely dead inside. There's no amount of money, there's nothing that they'll get that's gonna make them happy, man. I could take those fools down to the hood and give them a drive, and they will be happier in my hoopty than they are, because they're alive. Have that effect on people too. Anyway, regardless, it's deciding to no longer just see the sun, but wanting to feel it. Maybe you've been in a partnership or a relationship where you have just been seeing the sun, and now you're going to start feeling it. There was a certain level of healing that took place. That could have been a conversation, you know, something like that happened that really brought some victory to your relationship and allows you to really feel good in it again. And now you have to really decide, you know, are you really going to transform this, you know, or maybe possibly walk away from it. Some of you are going to feel very differently when you start feeling warm again. Things are going to change. And that's why I think you're keeping things private, because I think you know there's change happening, but it's not change you're willing to share yet, or you might not be clear on how to communicate to anybody what's going on internally. And if you don't, then don't. Okay? And your last card and your 9 cards spread. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wow! Under the death card, that's rising up from the dead. Okay? Wow, wow, wow. Just so much transformation. Some of you are exhausted, but energized at the same time. Some of you are tired but can't sleep. Some of you are depressed but excited as fuck. Some of you guys are just bursting. Your heart chakra is just bursting. And it's because you're allowing yourself to die. You have to understand there's parts of you that you're allowing to die that stopped you from feeling this. Told you that the sun was only something you could look at. Superficiality. Low frequency. The true poverty conscious, really, because they don't believe that the sun can give warmth or nutrients to them. A lot of people don't understand that the sun actually gives them vitamins that they need. But Virgo knows. And I see a lot of Virgos possibly even traveling to somewhere hot right? Or making plans to do that. Maybe with this partner, knowing that maybe a trip can really resurrect the relationship, maybe going back to somewhere where you had been before with somebody, you know. But this judgment here, right? Not only is this rising from the dead, you have all these decisions to make. This is the decision being made. This is the judgment call. This is the final decision. This is, remember I told you once this happens, you can't go back? Yeah, that's also what the judgment is. The judgment is a final decision. It's like a lot of Virgos make a final decision to let a negative, low frequency part of themselves die, and they never go back. They never allow themselves to be that person again. Some of you resurrect a relationship and realize that the way you were looking at the relationship or behaving in the relationship was what was harming it. So you took steps to heal it, and it resurrected, and it brought back sun. And not only did you see it this time, because when you first engaged this relationship, you could see the sun, but I don't know if you felt it like you will. Because when you really feel it, it's not a sometime-ish type shit. It's not a sometimey kind of thing. Amazing energy, like the major arcana too. It's like, first of all, also a testament to this major transformation is the major arcana in the middle of your spread. That's the energies surrounding you closest. This is the overall energy of the reading, the preparations for this transformation that's about to occur. But the sun being in the center of your reading, that's reflective of you. What's closest to you, your desires to be happy, your heart chakra opening up, your change, the amount of clarity you're receiving. Some of you might be looking at life more clearly than you ever have, okay? Some of you are feeling the sun, not just seeing it. This part of you that you're letting die stopped you from really enjoying this. That means you make goals and you achieve them and you're still not happy. You gain material success, abundant success, you get the relationship you want, and you're still not happy. It's because parts of you needed to heal. And you let that happen, and then the victory happens. You feel victorious because people are seeing the change in you. You know, they're seeing the transformation happen in you. A lot of people could be supporting it as well. Out of all these people up in your business, some of them are actually quite supportive and love you very much. Okay? And have been guiding you to this place, or helping guide you to this place for a really long time, helping give you the support. Like all these colors here, to me, are the blending of all the support, also all the chakras, the balancing, all the different parts of you that are getting healed at this time. You know what I mean? But then decisions have to be made, because when you make transformation like that, you've got to make decisions. Okay? You don't just wake up one day, say, yeah, I'm going to kill that part of myself, and I'm going to... No. Actual decisions in your 3D have to be made. You got to decide now. Once this happens inside of you, you need to decide now how that's going to play out in your real life, in the 3D. Whether that's cutting people out for good, whether that's resurrecting relationships or communicating. Like, things have to get done. Once this occurs, decisions have to be made, communications have to be done. It's like, you can't, remember, you tried to do this in private, right? Yes, there's people watching you, seeing you victorious, they see your change, but they don't understand the weight of this transformation. So once it occurs and you make that decision, right? You actually have to communicate it to certain people. You actually have to take action. You might have to cut things off. You know? Owls represent death. They can. Right? It's like communicating the death that occurred in yourself, maybe in your life. And when I say a death, it could just be a relationship, the transformation of one. Guys, this is a collective reading, right? We'll do clarification now, too. Fantastic reading. I love these cards so much. Ever since the Aries reading, I've been really inspired by animals. You know, I watch a lot of documentaries of many kinds. Animals I find to be very enlightening and relaxing. There's like an inner part of you that gets to live when you watch animals live freely for hours. It's just like you start feeling free just watching them. And I've been inspired by them. So this deck, I did that reading and then went to Indigo, and there was this deck. I'm like, okay, I get the sign, and I've been totally inspired by it. And yeah, I hope you guys have too. I hope this resonates so far. But I am gonna get more clarification. All right. Thank you, Spirit. This is your clarifying energy to this, which makes perfect sense. A lot of you are making preparations surrounding your career. Maybe some of you are, you know, you're working. Maybe you're working, making preparations to go into business yourself. Maybe you're working, working on a project of some kind, and waiting for results. Maybe you did a test and you're waiting for the results. You know, you prepared for the test, you took the test, and now you're waiting for the results to come in. But regardless, this is preparing, right? Waiting for your ships to come in, and you're waiting for your ships to come in because there's certain things that you made efforts to. This is all you're working towards, and I believe it's the transformation that's happening with you, okay? And there's certain changes that you've made or will make, and then you are expecting and waiting for those changes to occur, certain results of those changes to occur. You know, you make changes, you do certain things, and then you're waiting for the boat to bring in. You get me? So that makes sense as clarifying overall energies, all right? Can we clarify this first row here? The Star, the Two of Cups, and the Six of Wands. The Star, the Two of Cups, and the Six of Wands. The Star, the Two of Cups, and the Six of Wands. The Star, again, upright, to clarify the Star. This is an incredibly strong message. You guys have a wish coming true. And there is healing. Like, some of you are really going to be different people, or you guys are, and that should resonate. That will not be a surprise. If that doesn't resonate with you, then that means you were not preparing for the transformation. That means this reading isn't for you, most likely. It might actually, can't say that, because if you're going to be preparing to do this change, then these messages might be like a prelude to you, you know? Anyways, the Star, clarifying the Star. Do I need to say any more? You know, that also, though, this is mirroring. So there is a relationship, there is healing for both individuals in a relationship. So for those that are coupled, this is really healing each other. Like, both individual people are doing the work required to heal each other so that this can work. And then there's victory, there's public recognition, meaning people are saying, like, you guys look like you're in a really good place, you guys are doing well. Maybe there's people around you that experienced you going through hard times, and, you know, seeing you in a better place makes the people around you happy, you know, to see that, right? Even if it puts some pressure on you, the fact of the matter is that for a lot of my Virgos in relationships, they are in a good place, or are really working on healing, like knowing that there was damage done to a relationship and that there needs to be healing and tempering done in order to bring the spark back and feel good again in this relationship, right? And then once that healing happens, it's like it's like then you have to decide if enough healing has been done to really either bring this to life or for it to die. And then you're stuck with a decision and then having to communicate. You know, I think a lot of Virgos are going to really communicate that they do want to try to resurrect this relationship from the dead, but acknowledge that a complete change and transformation needs to happen within the relationship. And then how do we prepare to do that? You know what I mean? So, you know, that for my coupled Virgos, I do see. Now for my single Virgos, because truthfully, you know, your wish upon a star comes in, there's this relationship that touches you. Maybe it just happened and you're watching tarot because you don't know what this relationship's all about yet. But fact of the matter is something you wished for is coming in that's going to make you not just see but feel the sun, maybe even smell it. Smell the vitamin D, you know, the nutrients that this love is giving you, right? And then a part of you dies. It's the single, lonely part of you. But maybe you have to decide. Maybe for some of you that have been alone for a long time, it's a really heavy decision to decide whether or not you want to enter a relationship. The longer you've been alone, the harder it is. No matter how good the relationship feels, the harder it is to actually make the decision to leave singlehood. There's a certain level of comfort you've acquired, right? Especially, like I said, years of being single. You like once you hit the 3-4 year mark, you know, you're good. You're kind of content in your space, right? So that's what I see some of my single Virgos having to look at. It's like, and if it is, because judgment could be a resurrection of a relationship from the past. If it is, you're literally deciding whether or not, like, it's transformed, whether or not it can change. You know, you're having, and then you make a decision, whatever that decision is, and then you communicate it. Right? Some of you might have to be, you know, making the decision about somebody from the past. Some of you are going to have to decide with your current partner if there'll be room for the relationship after this change occurs. Maybe your partner is going through a significant change right now and you don't know if the relationship will survive it. You know what I mean? Or some of you know that the change that you're going through, there's no way that this relationship will stay. So maybe what is actually stopping this transformation is that relationship. Because you know, if you change to this degree, there's no way that this is going to work. There's no way. For some of you. Or for others, the change happens together. They do it together. They transform together. 6-6. They do it together. People see. There's balance. People can see the balance. There's victory. There's public recognition about it. So there's many ways to look at this, guys. But it's really preparing, I believe, to change like you've never changed before. For some of you, this death is really the resurrection of a part of yourself that died. Maybe it's the inner child in you that died. Maybe it's a certain level of happiness that died away with a certain traumatic experience and it now resurrects to give you, it's like you believe in this again. Preparing to live life in a more happy way, in a more uplifting, in a more 5-dimensional, in a more high frequency type manner. Right? Because a lot of you have been walking around looking like this for a long time. Some of you have been walking zombies. Some of you have been dating and having sex with walking zombies and have decided to no longer, you need that. It's going to bring everything to life again. And that's the healing. And it looks like somebody might be wanting to heal with you, you know? Or if you're single, you're going to meet someone who's worked just as hard as you have to heal individually, so that when you do get together, booyah, you can actually enjoy. It feels victorious to both of you right away that you guys met. Like you guys feel like you guys earned each other. And then there's finally the opportunity to cut out the past hurt. Like, you don't have to reflect on it anymore. It is part of the past. And that, for a lot of you, is what's dying. You know? But then for some of you, it's what's coming back. Shit. Right? And then these did come in reverse. So for those that this is a reconciliation, it's like, to me, it looks like the same person's coming back. They should, this guy should be like this, man. Came in reverse. So somebody might be coming back to you who's just as flaky and flighty and unreliable as they always were. And the death is the part of you that ever accepted that in the first place. And you tell this foo-foo boy, bye, Felicia. Bye. Because this is how I see you now. There ain't nothing left on you to pick off of. There ain't nothing left for you to give. Because you're running around here dead inside. But that might resurrect. You know, they might come back. That might get revisited somehow. You know? And that might be really part of the transformation. It's like, this might be really forcing you to say, I am done. Like, I am no longer entertaining this energy. I'm no longer going to be available in this way. Some of you, this energy is highly linked to a parent. Right? It's like that pathology. Some of you, I mean, I can go a lot further. I can't start pulling at the bottom of the deck. I'll be here with you guys for like over an hour. People who book the personal readings with me know it to be true. It's crazy. I gotta get better with just like, it's hard though, because the messages, you open up to them, it's like, okay, you want messages? Okay, here they are. So yeah, let's just get from the Romance Angel deck before we wrap up your reading, your beautiful reading, Virgo. Definitely a time of change, transformation, and metamorphosis. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. This is for February 2019. Man, what the hell? Wow. Okay, so first of all, remember I said reconciliation? That's this coming back from the dead. Something coming back from the dead. Right? Look, she almost looks like she's dead. And this guy's trying to like resuscitate. It's like reconciliation, right? Someone from your past is returning into your life. Just be weary, right? Because if they left you in this energy, if I tell you reconciliation and you think of somebody who left you in this flighty, unreliable, slutty kind of energy, that's exactly how they're coming back. Right? But if that's not this person, it could be anybody else coming back for different reasons, right? Then we have engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment, and that is all due to this transformation. A lot of my Virgos are very well aware of this increase in, you know, this ascension in their love life because they've been preparing for this ascension. They've been driven by this wanting to be happier. They've been healing and hoping and asking for a more deep and meaningful relationship. Some of you have been looking to bring a current or past relationship back from the dead. You know, and the only way I really see like this judgment being good right now is if you're in a relationship and it hasn't been what you want it to be. Maybe there's been damage and then you're still reflecting on the past damage and sadness. Well, you're not realizing that, you know, you and your partner have every ability to heal. The thing is that this healing has to happen individually to come together and work. That's why twin flame relationships are so difficult, because they can't stay together if their energies aren't balanced, because they're twins. They'll end up just like destroying each other low key, you know? So it's just, and they find it very hard to separate. So it's just like, I see a lot of Virgos there's a lot to have to decide. There's a lot of energy surrounding you. Do you know what I mean? Some of you might even just be deciding, some of you might be ending your player ways, or your partner's ending their player ways, and that is this engagement or proposal is a huge transformation for them. And like the people around them and their friends and family know it. This person would have never proposed if they were not actually serious about doing it. Why? Because they might have been in the energy of this for a while, you know? And it's like they wanted that part of themselves to die. They don't want to be emotionally unavailable. They don't want to keep, you know, sleeping around and being dead inside themselves, because it's what happens is it doesn't matter. They're only seeing the sun. They're not feeling it. Like the physical gratification starts wearing off with this fool. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like wanting to change. It's like completely. And I say fool, this is foolish behavior. Period. It's not saying you're stupid. It's saying you're acting stupid if this is you. But regardless of whoever I'm talking to, because this person can come up right. It's just, it's where they're at or where they've been, and then that change, that death, that no longer wanting to be that way, to take the relationship to a higher level of commitment. Some people want to reconcile with you, or you want to reconcile with somebody with that in mind. It's like, I would rather take a more serious approach to how I look at this connection, because I think it could possibly be victorious. So I might need to go back, or this person might be needing to come back. So I'm not saying if they come back, it's necessarily, I have to take that back. If they left like this, it doesn't necessarily mean they're coming back like this, but you need to be cautious, because this card came out with this card like this. That's why I said that at first. But nothing's black and white. This is a collective reading, and even if it wasn't, nothing's black and white. Free will can change anything at any moment. That's why it's very important that if you like tarot a lot, okay, instead of binge watching all the time and like paying people, it's okay to do all of that, but you should learn. You should learn. I'm going to start teaching tarot. How to learn it in like 2 hours. It's not hard to learn. You just have to, you have to learn the pattern and memorize the pattern, and then you can build off of that. Okay, but regardless, it's like, it's not black and white, man. But this is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm seeing around you guys, okay? So either way, good stuff. You know, a lot going on. So please make sure you continue to keep yourself balanced. You know, do the healthy things, eating good, working out, meditating, all of that stuff. Because when you're dealing with a lot, it's even more important you do that stuff to keep yourself prepared and sharp and able to make all the decisions that it looks like you're going to have to make. And the actions and the communication you're going to have to take. All right, Virgos, I love you guys. Please like, share, subscribe. If you want a personal reading, email me at queencuptarot@gmail.com. Expect the live soon. I posted 2. I'm going to do them. I'm excited. And but if I don't get yours done by March, I will definitely see you in March, guys, for your monthly, okay? Love and light. Bye, guys.